Tocando sua xereca, Hey guys, welcome back. Gonna do Daylyt's deep thoughts. I've had about 5 or 6 different requests for this, so you know what? Instead of you requesting it every 2 minutes, I shall do it for you. Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. Thanks for everyone that's subscribed since yesterday. I know I got a little bit of an influx. I think it might be because of snow, but thanks anyway. Anyway, we'll jump onto this one.
Turn trigger fingers, I seen Canadian hands. Y'all left prints on the gun. Mafia moment, plot you the best. I'll check it. All of you.
Oh, he's doing it already. He's doing one of those ones where everything he says carries on and means different shit. From start, he said Twitter fingers mean fucking trigger fingers. This is gonna be a hard one. Just finished work. This one's gonna be a hard one.
Turn trigger fingers, I seen Canadian hands. Y'all left prints on the gun. Mafia moment, plot you the best. I'll check it. All of your checks is the reason that kid X'd out. Could have been Malcolm as
He's talking. Yeah, he's talking. I think he definitely talk about Drake. 'Cause he talks about fucking someone being Canadian, but he's saying you leave your prints on the gun, and we're talking about somebody getting X'd out. And then he went on to say Malcolm. So. Is he talking about fucking Triple X? Or is that just a massive reach? Is he saying that? Nah, he can't be saying that. Fucking Drake or behind that.
X is the reason that kid X'd out. Could have been Malcolm as outcome demise. Kids fall victim to all your alchemy. Alcoholic promoting. You just call it promotion. A potion of devils. Treble in high time. It's trouble youth. It's cause
So he went from that kid were X'd out. Yeah, which makes, for some reason, it's making me think that he's talking about Triple X. Yeah, then he went on to say about Malcolm, then Alchemist, and all the alchemy. Then he talks about, selling or promoting liquor or alcohol. You know, so alchemy is where you mix shit together. What's Drizzy done to Daylyt to make him so angry?
in high time is trouble youth. It's cause of unity.
Talk about treble. Say this is the treble's high, but it's time for the trouble youth. The treble's high, but also the trouble is high. Treble on your stereo, whatever, is high, but also trouble's high for this troubled youth. This is gonna make me work.
The promotion, a potion of devils, treble in high time is trouble youth. It's cause of unity, these kids are lost. You part of that plot, boy. Shit ain't been the same since you came to that block, boy. Yeah, I still look alive, making watch noise. The J on my back and the J on your.
Oh, I was talking about fucking Block Boy who did Look Alive. Look Alive, Look Alive. What's a J on the back? What's a J on your back?
Still look alive, making watch noise. The J on my back and the J on your back is different. No Nova or.
Oh, he's talking about your Block Boy. He said Look Alive. He talked about your Block Boy. Then he talks about Watts, which is where Daylyt's from. Oh, you know what? This is gonna have loads of pausing, and I'm gonna get told off for not letting it play. But I can't just let it play because he's saying all that. He's saying too much. He's saying too much for me to let it play. So I'm gonna have to keep taking it back. Might be a long video, this, guys. I'm sorry.
Still look alive, making watch noise. The J on my back and the J on your back is different. No Nova or blind conquering. Listen, that was the past. Can't get past these moments. You made the call block. Wonderful days. It happened on the night, despite the death of the Christ. I was rapping when Nip told me to follow these hollow hearts. Block the evident lines. We just an incredible time. Tried to get.
So is it talk about kicking it with Nipsey Hussle? Then he goes on to say about these just incredible times. Just Incredible is a DJ. He does, I think, does Just Incredible do the LA Leakers?
When Nip told me to follow these hollow hearts, block the evident lines. We just an incredible time. Tried to get off.
Follow these hollow hearts, but that could also be like a hollow point, maybe. You know, bullet.
We just an incredible time. Tried to get off on the leakers. People, it caused me to be a speaker. Radio.
Yeah. Just Incredible. These leakers are causing me to be a speaker. So obviously, Just Incredibles does the LA leakers. You know, obviously it's on the radio, so it comes through your speaker, so it's making him a speaker.
Tried to get off on the leakers. People, it caused me to be a speaker. Radio's never radio. They Panasonic to carry your life. Kids fall victim to what you say. Make the stereotype. Pioneer the game. Shane pioneer in his pipe.
I think he's just named a few different types of fucking, like stereo makers. He said pioneering, but also pioneer. And he said something else, just a sec.
Tried to get off on the leakers. People, it caused me to be a speaker. Radio's never radio. They Panasonic to carry your life. Kids fall.
They Panas on it, but Panasonic.
People, it caused me to be a speaker. Radio's never radio. They Panasonic to carry your life. Kids fall victim to what you say. Make the stereotype. Pioneer the game. Shane pioneer.
So kids fall victim to what you say. That's stereotype. Like, listen to what you say through the stereo, through the speakers. Well, that's a stereotype because these young lads, these young kids, get into violence and shit like that.
Like kids fall victim to what you say. Make the stereotype. Pioneer the game. Shane pioneer in his pint drinking. Future of conversation. Abomination. A lot of gay shit. Bill got passed. Bible abomination. Check the chapters. I don't respect these rappers who acted. The glass seemed different on the other side of the map there. Mercator crumble.
He's talking about fucking what people are writing. So he's saying about writing chapters, but also puts it into, talks about the Bible and stuff like that. But if I wanna extend it and do a massive reach, I could say that what people look up to, like these kids look up to artists as much now as what other people used to look up to God like. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, there's a lot less religious people now, but they look up to like fucking Drake or whoever, So whatever they're writing could be like the chapters of their Bible for whoever's fucking watching them or listening to them, as it would be for somebody who's religious and reads the Bible. If you know what I mean, that could just be a massive reach, or just me trying to blob on about something.
Grass seemed different on the other side of the map there. Mercator crumble, you fumble and clout chase, humble yourself. The top of Cali rumble.
Did he say you clout chase or you cloud chase? If you clout chase, you just have to fucking, people bigging you up.
Mercator crumble, you fumble and clout chase, humble yourself. The top of Cali rumble. I'm done dashing, don't stumble. One slipping, it's over. Fritos next chip.
I'm done dashing. If you slip and it's over. We were talking about, clout chasing, which sound like cloud chasing. But then he went and spoke about like, did he say thundering or something like that?
One slipping, it's over. Fritos next, chip on my shoulder. The older I get to heaven, send God dollars like God got us. God got us. They told you, wish for this position, that's what got you there. I wish Hitler was.
So he's talking about having a chip on his shoulder. Yeah, then he talks a load of stuff about God got us and God sent us. Which could sort of be like talk about Drake's God's plan, maybe like in a subliminal way.
Told you, wish for this position, that's what got you there. I wish Hitler was here, he'll knock half of you off. A smart move, this is the sequel, we both can play our part too. Still,
I don't know why he's talking about Hitler, but he says he's not going to knock half of you off. And they said, we can both play a sequel. We can play a sequel, we can both play our part too. So like we can both play our parts, like we can play our parts 2, or we can play our part 2, like the number 2, as in like a sequel.
Well, we both can play our part too. You still rapping, don't apologize. A lot of guys knew you was next. You had a lot of ties to monetize what's underground. Don't mind me.
A lot of guys knew you were next. You had a lot of ties, neck ties. We knew you were next. You have a lot of ties to the underground, but you have necks, a lot of ties, necktie. You know what? Fucking Daylyt's the only person I've heard that does shit like this. Eminem does sort of like stuff like this, but the way Daylyt's doing this,
I knew you was next. You had a lot of ties to monetize what's underground. Don't mind me, just dig it. Boxed in clearly for like a mom. Now I'm minding my.
So you have a lot of ties to monetize the underground. We're not boxed in. We're not boxed in. Do you dig it? Talk. Is it? I don't know if he's talking about the underground being dead, but he's definitely talking about like the underground. Getting fucking. Basically, it's talking about getting money from the underground. Monetizing it, but also when you're underground, like really underground, you're dead. You're in a casket. Yeah, then it says, do you dig it? Do you dig it? I like to fucking dig the ground.
Mommy, just dig it. Boxed in clearly for like a mom. Now I'm minding my business. I got my mind on my business. Focus.
Then he starts talking about a fucking mine. How many different things can you fucking associate with being underground? I should have probably let it play a little bit before, when I was talking about the underground, but then he goes from the underground to say, can you dig it? Then he says mine, like his, but also mine as in fucking mine. Don't know why I'm getting angry, I apologise.
Mommy, just dig it. Boxed in clearly for like a mom. Now I'm minding my business. I got my mind on my business. Focused on my city like Watts in the 60s. They used to get G's stacking up dollars. Coalfield, green jackets, they holler. Problems infantry.
So it's talking about where it came from. It came from Watts, he's saying about it's like Watts in the 60s stacking up money. I'm still stuck in that fucking underground and mining lines.
In the 60s, they used to get G's stacking up dollars. Coalfield, green jackets, they holler. Problems infiltrated, forget they raided us.
Coalfield green jackets. I can't. The only green jacket I know about. This has gone over my head massively. But the only green jacket I know about is like the golfing jacket. For is it the US Open or whatever? That's a green jacket, but definitely not definitely not talking about that. I don't think.
Green jackets, they holler. Problems infiltrated, forget they raided us. Blew the Freeman. Who told them we can't forget these roaches was European? Who brought them there?
Oh, then he talks about blue, but he says that these guys blew the Freeman. Like blew the Freeman, or blew as in like blew up. That little bit's just gone over my head. You can shout at me in comments for that little bit if you want.
Forget these roaches was European. Who brought them there? Antennas connected, bandana hectic project. I bet all the pigeons were snitching too. You forgot about messenger birds. Clothesline, watch rest.
Bet all these pigeons were snitching too. You forgot about messenger birds. Fucking talk about fucking like pigeons are used as messenger birds, but talk about people fucking snitching. Then before that, we talk about like cockroaches. And then he says about antennas, and then he's talking a lot of different shit, man.
Bandana hectic project. I bet all the pigeons were snitching too. You forgot about messenger birds. Clothesline, watch rest on the 3rd, then leave at night.
Did you say clothesline? You're watching wrestling on the 3rd. Clothesline in wrestling, also clothesline when you hand your clothes on.
About messenger birds, clothesline, watch rest on the 3rd, then leave at night. Something ain't seeming right, so listen to how I feel. This how they kill us inside the field, hood filled with killers. Dealers, drug dealer, get locked. Never see him go get the plug. We plugged in a matrix of criminal acts.
So he's talking about freaking drug dealing and dealing the plug. I don't know if it's same in I don't know if it's same in America, but when you talk about plugging drugs in England, it's literally sticking them inside yourself, so you can smuggle them. Whether he's talking about that or not, I don't know, but that's what it means in England. I think he said something about Matrix.
Hood filled with killers, dealers, drug dealer, get locked. Never see him go get the plug. We plugged in a matrix of criminal acts. Just how they still in the black. Fake 360 deals is real.
So he's talking about being plugged into the matrix, but they're dealing their acts. Yeah, so basically, the Matrix is basically fucking not reality. But I think he's trying to say, that people are just getting shown what they want, that what other people want them to see, and then he talks about different acts, like different acts as if you're going to do something, but because they were talking about the Matrix, it could also be fucking different acts of what you get shown, like Act 1. Act 2, do you know what I mean? Like you're doing like a fucking drama piece or whatever.
We plugged in 8 majors of criminal acts. Just how they still in the black. Fake 360 deals is real. Get signed, you know the drill. Make music, tell them to kill. Them labels killing themselves. We killing ourselves on top of.
So I think he's talking about violence associated with music, you know, obviously with fucking gang violence and stuff like that. But yeah, we're killing each other, killing ourselves, you know, literally killing each other, but also killing yourselves, working that hard, you know, trying to get a deal as well. Fucking Daylyt's getting deep with this one.
Kill them labels killing themselves, we killing ourselves on top of them selfish acts. Oh, you got Grammys, and that's a mean look. I ain't forget my green book, can't eat with my kind, cause I got beef with my kind. Fuck the filet me.
I can't eat with my kind because I've got beef with my kind. Don't even have to break that down. He's talking about having, you know, having words with people, you know, with his own people. But also, we talk about you can't eat with him because he's got beef with him. Beef as in beef, and beef as in food beef.
Them selfish acts, oh, you got Grammys, and that's a mean look. I ain't forget my green book, can't eat with my kind, cause I got beef with my kind. Fuck the filet mignon.
Oh, sorry, I'll take it back a second. When he was talking about freaking gang violence and shit like that, about killing each other, then went on to say about, oh, you've got Grammys, which could be Grammys or Grams. Grammys isn't like a fucking Grammy, but also if we were talking about violence to do with drugs as well as music, grams, like you sell grams of cocaine or whatever, that might just be my head working a little bit of overtime.
Get my green book, can't eat with my kind, cause I got beef with my kind. Fuck the filet mignon. How can we meet in our prime state? No more Primal Rage and persuade the youngsters.
Fuck the filet mignon. How can we meet in our prime steak with the youngsters? He's just doing a whole scheme of food now. You know, how can we make prime steak, but meet in your prime when you're in your prime? You know, you're top of your game or whatever.
How can we meet in our prime state? No more Primal Rage and persuade the youngsters to be a man, but they calling me crazy. How when they following babies year after year? I feel for Lil when I know it's hard when it change, but
you know. He talks about steak, then he talks about Primal Rage, and then it's like looking up to people that, you know, whatever. Then looking up to people, but then he talks about how can we do that when we're following babies, and then he says a couple more things, and he says Lil, as he talk about fucking Lil Baby.
When they following babies year after year, I feel for Lil when I know it's hard when it change, but the game pressure is building since they almost killed him. That's just another ride. Can't celebrate holidays, Christmas come on the other side. A bloody.
He's talking about fucking. I'm sure he's talking about Lil Baby. Then he's talking about the gang pressure, and then he says something about, you know, they nearly killed him. Did somebody attempt to kill him? This is fucking. It's called Deep Thoughts, and this is deep.
Just another ride, can't celebrate holidays, Christmas come on the other side. A bloody Santa, these muddy walls have caused us pain. No claws, the claws is painful, just a closet full of raincoats.
You know, he's talking, I can't celebrate, you know, different fucking festivals of the year, Christmas, whatnot. He talks about bloody Santa. Yeah, then it says about causing him pain. Then he talks about claws, but also claws, as in like clawing the walls, in like CLAWS. Yeah, but also Santa Claus, CLAUS. Then he goes on to talk about the claw. So he says closet. So all inside, the only thing they've got inside his closet is raincoats. This is taking some doing.
No claws, the claws is painful, just a closet full of raincoats. We can't invest because vests is needed, stuck in this ocean without.
We can't invest because a vest is needed. You're talking about fucking bulletproof vests. We can't invest, you know, you can't fucking invest, you know, but also in a vest, in a bulletproof vest.
Vessels is needed, stuck in this ocean without a vessel. Stress levels too high to wrestle, but Cain is still an option for mankind. Our plan.
Stuck in this ocean without a vessel. That's like being in fucking deep. That's like being in deep water. You know, a vessel is obviously like a fucking ship, but your vessel is also your body. If you know what I mean, your vessels. You say like your fucking soul's in this vessel, and that vessel is your fucking body. Is that what he's talking about? I'm fucking doing some overtime on this one.
Ocean without a vessel, stress levels too high to wrestle. But Cain is still an option for mankind. Our plans die as soon as we born. I wasn't born in the hood, but I still rep it. Stepped off the porch of the...
You see, but he talks about fucking Cain and mankind, but like Cain is in Cain is in fucking Cain the wrestler and mankind the wrestler, but also Cain is in fucking Cain and Abel, you know, and mankind is in fucking the whole of mankind.
But Cain is still an option for mankind. Our plans die as soon as we born. I wasn't born in the hood, but I still rep it. Stepped off the porch of 11, back to...
His plans die as soon as we're born. His plans die as soon as we're born. Stepped off the porch at 11.
The porch when I'm 30. I got a plot for my block. Clean up them lies that are dirty. My message to spot...
Oh, I've got a plot for my block, clean up those lives that are dirty. You know, fucking helping people get straight. I've got a plot. I've got a plot, or I've got a plan for my block. But also, you know, if I want to go deeper than that, I've got a plot like a fucking funeral plot.
Got a plot for my block. Clean up them lies that are dirty. My message to Spider Low. I understand how you feel. Instead of calling me weird, let's help our hoods rebuild. I miss hooping at Washington, seeing you parked in the BZ lot. Hoods used to be cool, and don't think that we forgot.
Spider Loc used to be fucking signed to G Unit, to 50 Cent's label. It's been saying that Daylyt's weird because you know, the music that he produces or whatever, or the music that he puts out there. Said I just want to fucking go back to being a hoop and fucking play basketball, you know, like back in the day when you could do shit like that.
Hoods used to be cool, and don't think that we forgot.
You know, this little fucking instrumental that's going on in the background's nice and smooth. You know, for that sort of flow that he didn't do it fast, but you know, it was just continuous, wasn't it? It didn't have any pauses, but it was just fucking. It was a nice flow underneath it. Daylyt went deep with that. I think that's more to do with. I don't know if it's more to do with, you know, about the lifestyle that fucking Drake puts out there. You know, I think there has been a little bit of beef or whatever about, you know, Drake saying, you know, I don't have a ghostwriter and shit like that. And maybe Daylyt knows the truth. Maybe Daylyt. I think Drake were on that Vlad TV, or someone was on that Vlad TV talking about fucking Drake's ghostwriters. Maybe Daylyt's wrote some shit for him. That's what this has got me thinking now. Anyway, guys, that's that one done. Sorry if it's a long video, but Daylyt had some shit to say. Daylyt went deep. Thanks for watching if you watched it. Thanks if you subscribed because of this video. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.